I'll sum up all you need to know in order to pack liquids in your carry-on. The basic rule is you can bring liquids in your carry-on on the plane unless they are contained in a container with the maximum capacity of 100 milliliters or 3.4 ounces. And in case you get confused, 100 milliliters or 3.4 ounces is not the quantity of the liquid that you can bring in each container, but it's actually the maximum capacity of each container that you put liquid in. Does this rule apply strictly? Yes. I personally went through a security check with a 125 milliliter container and it was taken away from me. Nonetheless, I passed several times the security checks with my bottle of water with still a little bit of water inside. Now, problem. What exactly is considered liquid? Well, liquid in this case has a very broad sense. Creams, pastes, oils, toothpaste, mascara, all aerosols, gels of any kind, sprays, shaving foam, liquid-solid mixtures. Does this rule apply strictly? Absolutely yes. When I was yet a not very experienced traveler, I wanted to bring back from Germany a very delicious honey that I found there. So I had a jar of these dimensions, and this honey was not a normal one. It was very dense and solid. It was a cream, but I mean, if you moved the jar, it wouldn't move. So I didn't even think that it was considered liquid. So I went to take the plane to go back home and bring my good German honey with me, all proud and happy, and it was taken away from me. And that really sucks, especially because the officers there are not even allowed to bring it home. And I was begging the officers in the meantime that they would take that honey at home because it was so good. Please, at least someone has to eat this. But they simply threw the whole jar, it was still sealed, in the garbage. Next step. Now all these containers should be packed in one transparent, resealable plastic bag of not more than 1 liter capacity per passenger. Does this rule apply strictly? Absolutely not. There are some airports that will require you to do it every single time. There are some other airports that will never require you to do it. There are some other airports where it depends on the officer that you find at the security check. I get requested about this little detail a lot because I travel always with carry-on only, and I made several videos about how I pack light in carry-on only and also what's in my toiletry bag. And you guys notice that I have quite a few liquids and I don't pack them in a transparent plastic bag. So what's the trick here? No trick at all. Actually, in my flying experience, I've learned that in at least 90% of the cases, nobody will require me to put my liquids in a transparent plastic bag. So I just don't bother to do that. And this is what I do instead. When I pack my luggage, I make sure to put the liquids in a very easily reachable place in my backpack or suitcase. And then when I'm queuing up at the security checks, I observe carefully the checks. And I observe if all the people are taking out their liquids from their bags or only a few people are doing that. And I also listen to what the officers are saying, because if they require you to take out the liquids from your bag, they are gonna scream that to everyone, especially to the people in the queue, so that they can arrive prepared to the checks. So if that's the case, I will pick up a couple of those transparent plastic bags that they always offer in airports, and I will maybe step out of the queue for 5 minutes and open my liquids, transfer the liquids in the plastic bags and go on. But I can assure you that 90% of the cases I don't need to do that. There are a few airports that I know already they're gonna require me to do that, and in case you're interested, they are the Gatwick Airport in London and the Oslo Airport. In that case, I will pick up the plastic bags and I will sit on a bench before queuing up to the security checks and transfer my liquids. Regarding the quantity, I surely have more containers of liquids than what can fit in one plastic bag. So I usually fill up completely 2 little plastic bags, which is actually not allowed because you are allowed of 1 liter per passenger. But to be honest, I've never had problems. Nobody has ever stopped me. Maybe because they realize that I don't have a checked-in baggage and that's my only luggage. I don't know. Anyway, I've had even officers who personally helped me fill up the second bag. So this is my experience. I cannot assure you that you're not gonna have problems, but I risk every time and it's been fine for me so far. Now let's see another specific scenario. You buy a bottle of liquor at the departing airport and you have a layover in the middle. So you buy the bottle of liquor after passing the first security checks. Then you take your connecting flight and then you will have to pass another security check before taking the final flight to your final destination, right? What is gonna happen at the middle airport? Well, this is actually a very debatable situation because the laws changes from country to country, from system to system, from airport to airport. I don't know the specifics here, but I suggest you to check out in the internet what are the rules that apply to your airport specifically, to the airport that you're gonna do the layover in. What I can tell you is that in Europe there is a fairly new law that allows liquids of any size that are bought at the duty-free shop and they are still sealed to be passed into a connecting flight security check. But they absolutely have to be sealed and you need to show your ticket and your receipt where it's stated that you have bought that item not more than 48 hours before that moment and in the airport where you left, obviously. If you travel with babies or you have particular medical necessities, remember that exceptions are made for medicaments and specific dietary requirements, like baby food also. But of course, they might ask you the proof that you absolutely need to take these liquids on the plane. So make sure to check out what are the update rules and the specific rules applying to your system. In all this talking about liquids that you are going or not going to bring on a plane, we haven't talked yet about the most important liquid that in most cases you need to bring on a plane. And that is simply the water that you need to drink while you are flying. Now, what I see the most is people queuing up at the security checks and chugging their water bottles and throwing away the bottle in those big garbage bins. And then when on the other side, they will buy another bottle of water to bring on the plane. Or way worse, they will forget about that and get thirsty on the plane so that they have to buy a teeny tiny water bottle for like $4. Guys, this is bad behavior, both for your pockets and for the environment. I have 2 tips for you to be smarter. If you are in a country with drinkable tap water, you should surely chug your water before the security checks, but don't throw the bottle away. Keep it empty in your bag, and then, when on the other side, you go to any tap in any bathroom and fill up the bottle again. And even better, please use a reusable bottle in the first place. Bring it from home so that you can save tons of money and tons of plastic garbage from the landfills. Second tip, extreme case. If you forget to refill the bottle after you pass the security checks, or for any reason, maybe you're rushing, you're running late and you have to sprint to the gate immediately and board, when you are on the plane and the situation is calm, you can actually go to the hostess or steward and ask if they can refill your bottle. Now, don't ask them from your seat because they are not gonna do that. I don't think they are allowed to do that. They're gonna just bring you a glass of water. But if you actually go on the back of the plane where nobody can see you basically, they will fill you up the bottle. I've done that several times. There is a big debate going on about how good the water in the plane is. And yeah, it grosses me out when I read stories about that. But to be honest, as far as it's safe to drink, I don't care if it's good or not. I really would do anything rather than having to pay 4 euros for a glass-sized water bottle. Again, it's more and more plastic waste that's created, and it's also very expensive too. Hey everyone, I'm Mary Jane. I'm a full-time traveler with carry-on only, so I have lots of experience in extra-like packing. If you like this video, you might take a look to how I packed for 1 month in Europe with all kinds of weather and all possible temperatures in the summer in a carry-on only. Or if you prefer, how I packed more stylish and nicer clothes for my 3-week trip in Turkey and in Italy. And here I give you a couple of very important mindset tips to learn how to pack light. And before you go watch them, please subscribe and click the bell button. See you!